everybody. I'm going to get pretty much right into it because I am starving. Today I'm going to be making some southern style chicken and waffles. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Me pretty good. Me pretty good. Not doing too bad. I just wanted to kind of do this because I'm starving. And I've been wanting to make some chicken and waffles for a little while. So here we are. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I forgot to start my coffee. Oh, there we go. Handsome Stone. What's up, buddy? How are you? Live Monday morning. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. I got up super early today, got some yard work done, and I'm getting ready to make some chicken and waffles, southern style. Talk about this week's show coming up. You're working like a dog? Hey Rick, what's up, buddy? Wondered if anybody would show up. But like I said, I just wanted to see if see how a live stream in the morning did and all that. We're not going to make anything that everybody hasn't already seen before. I'm just trying to see what kind of audience I would get during the daytime. And I want to talk about this week's show that's coming up. It's going to be a pretty good one. We'll be doing pizza burgers. Real Italian pizza burgers. Not like the kinds you get from the store, but we're going to be doing some really good ones. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. Let me see. I'm in pre-op with my mom. Eye surgery, won't be able to stay. Oh, that's okay, Rick. Like I said, I'm just playing around. I'm just hanging out. Making some breakfast. Kind of a later breakfast, but like I said, I was up running around the yard and doing all that kind of stuff and just doing my chores. Got done and I'm starving, so I thought I would have some fun with a little bit of cast iron and see who showed up and who didn't. So good luck to your mom and her eye surgery. My mom just had eye surgery 2 weeks ago, and it actually went really well for her. So I hope your mom has the same luck. Get up here. Up there with drinking and driving. Yeah, it's I highly recommend all that. Drinking and driving's fine. I'm pretty sure that's okay. I think you're allowed to drink and drive. Especially this time of day. I think if you're drinking and driving super early in the morning, before noon, I think it's illegal in 27 states. So hopefully you're in one of those 27. I'm going to throw some coffee on right quick, because I forgot to start my coffee, which should only take about, since I'm a seasoned pro coffee maker, this should only take me about 30 seconds. Plus, I don't think anybody's really in yet anyway, other than us chickens. But we'll see who shows up, who doesn't. Oh, that coffee started. I've already had my coffee this morning, but the morning coffee, this is sort of the midday morning coffee. So I'll be pulling that out real fast and starting that, and then we'll be, I can't believe I didn't remember to start my coffee. It's my second round. Usually I do coffee till about 1 in the afternoon or so, and then after that it's whatever. Yesterday, after coffee, was margaritas. Okay, so anyway, let's get started because everybody's just sitting there staring at the scale. So we're going to start out. I'm going to do, after I do this part, now I've already got 4 tablespoons of oil in here, and I'm going to start with 1.5 teaspoons of instant yeast. I just happen to have 1.5 teaspoons of instant yeast. And I'm doing it up here because my daughter Meng wrote this recipe down for me, and she did everything in ounces. So to make this easier on myself, I'm going to do it this way. So I've got the oil in there, and then I'm going to do 10 ounces of milk, like so. Hopefully scrolling 476 for roaster today. Oh, you are 40. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I have a one roaster, but it's a newer one. It's one of the the Cajun Classics. I think I showed that before. Let's see, so I got 10 ounces of milk that we're gonna do. And I have to do it. Luckily I have about a jillion different measuring cups around the house. So I can get that. So 10, so I need another 2 ounces of milk. And then I've got, how many ounces of water? 8 ounces of water. That should be pretty easy. So 8 ounces of water. 1, 2. There we go. 8 ounces of water. I can make a lot of pancake mix, I got a feeling. Or a waffle batter. But I'm doing these diner style. I've done these once before on the show, but it's been a while since I did them. Diner style means that we're using malted milk. Persian Gulf forever, okay? Anyway, yeah, so we're gonna do diner style, which is malted milk, which is, you wanna use this brand instead of Ovaltine, because it doesn't have all the Ovaltine stuff in it, and it doesn't stick when you make waffles. That's better to bake with, if you're gonna do anything like that. Like I said, we've already got our vegetable oil in there, so I'm gonna do 2 eggs. 2 eggs that have been sitting out. And you want to let your eggs sit out too. It works a little better when they sit out. There you go. So there's that. Got the eggs done. And then we're going to do 13 ounces of all-purpose flour. Let's see, so 13, where am I at right now? 1, 2, 4, 8, 12. Okay, I see where I gotta be. All right. So we've got our all-purpose flour here, and we're gonna go. Let me write that. Let me see if I got that right again. 4, 8, 12. Okay, right there. I don't know why she wrote this down in ounces, but she did. It's gonna be a lot of flour. But I'm gonna be using this, I'll just set this, and this does sit, you can sit this in the refrigerator for about, oh, I don't know, 3 to 5 days, and it'll still work. But you'll have to remix it again when you're done, or when you reuse it. Just remix it, because with the instant yeast in it, it will, I don't want to say, it'll re-rise again. So you want to stir it up again when you do that. Let me see. So 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and this is my new vanilla. Let me see what we got in here. So there we go. And then once we do that, once we do that part, we'll get into the chicken. I got the chicken over here. I'm using a Waffle tapered logo number 7 waffle maker. Now they made those, the tapered logo is one of the later logos that Waffle used. And they did that one from, well, let me jog my memory, 1912 to 1926, till the company ended in 26. So it's one of the, it's not the rarest, but it's one of the more rare. So, and especially it's a number 7, so you don't find those very often. The number 7s are hard to find. I've actually even tried to look it up on the interwebs, and I've never seen another number 7 with that logo. So there is that. Let's see, check the comment section, Jacko. I need some of that booger sugar. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Man, that'd be a great way to start my day with all that. That's probably at least 2 ounces. Let me see. Hey, William Hurt, what's up, buddy? Just stumbled in. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too, man. I had to get up. I'm making a big breakfast. I did margaritas for Sunday Fun Day yesterday, and gardening. So I feel like a big breakfast this morning. I did some yard work when I got up, and now it's like it's all catching up to me. So let me see. We got our flour in there. We've got. Let me see here. We got to get to the cornstarch part of this. So let's do the cornstarch part. And what's that saying? 2 ounces. So this is, yeah, like I said, my daughter wrote this recipe down for me when I first put it together, and she did everything in ounces, which I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna go back and rewatch this and see about what I can actually, if I can convert it back down. So 2 ounces of cornstarch. So we can do that right there. Let me see, just a little bit more. There we go. 2 ounces cornstarch. Ooh. Let me see, Jocko, LOL. Angela Pascarello. How are you? Good morning, good morning, morning. If it's morning where you are. Let's see, so set this off to the side because I don't need any more of that. Yeah, definitely. It's tough when you gotta have surgery, but it's really tough when it's somebody else. I'd rather have surgery than watch somebody else have surgery, to be honest with you. So then we got 2 tablespoons of sugar that we're gonna put in here, and we're gonna let this sit off to the side for about 10 minutes while we get everything kind of let the skillets heat up and everything. So 2 tablespoons of sugar. Voila. So if you're on a sugar sensitive diet or on keto, this isn't for you. So then let's see, and then 2 teaspoons of salt. It says for kosher salt, but I don't know. I think I'll be all right not using kosher salt. So 2 teaspoons of that. Boom. Got our extract, vanilla, cornstarch, malted milk, and we got to do the malted milk powder. And then this is just ready to stir and set off to the side. You want to kind of let it sit for about 10 minutes and kind of marinate, as I say. And we want, how much is this? 2 ounces of malted milk powder. And this is one of those things, I wish they made smaller things of malted milk powder, because this stuff goes, as soon as it seems to hit the air, it immediately turns into rocks inside of there. So let's get a little bit on here. But this is what diners use. This is the secret ingredients that diners use to give it that flavor, give it that extra kick, makes it kind of that creamy flavor that you get, say, like at the old school diners. Just a little bit more for 2 ounces. It's a lot. But yeah, use that stuff. If you have a bag sealer, definitely this is a candidate. This is definitely a candidate for a bag sealer. Okay, so I've got that out of the way. This is everything, so we're just going to whisk that up now. And I'm going to make some room for the next part. And we're going to make, if anybody caught last week's Thursday night show, I'm going to do the chicken exactly the same way as I did the other night. So let me just move some of this stuff out of the way so I got some room. Stop eating Wheaties for breakfast after I... Did you? Yeah. I don't know how... I think it's hanging out with the Kardashians is what got Bruce. I don't think it's the Wheaties. If you've ever seen Joe Rogan's take on what happened to Bruce Jenner, it's probably pretty on point, to say the least. I think I'll leave the milk out. I do need to leave that milk out a little bit, because I'm going to use that for the wash for the chicken. But if you folks that are just stopping in, if you could hit the like button for me. And if you're new and you like and you want to hang out and know when we're hanging out, just hit the subscribe button. That'd be fantastic. So but good morning, Fuzz. Good to see you. I'm sure you don't hear that very often, so let's get this mixed up, and then we'll get that off to the side. And I'll kind of check out the comments if there are any real fast. But it is absolutely a gorgeous day out. I am so glad to have gotten up early, got my stuff done, got my garden mostly out, got the herb garden mostly out. I've always, I'll figure more stuff out that I want as I go along, that's for sure. But I've got a bunch of different kinds of basil. I've got the purple basil, sweet basil, got oregano, got the Greek oregano, got Italian oregano. The thyme is out. Watermelons and pumpkins are planted. Green peppers are planted. I'm trying to think. I got some. I actually I got some. I'm gonna try lettuce this year. I've never tried lettuce before. Let's move you guys in just a little better so you can get in on the action. But yeah, I've never done lettuce. And I'm just actually kind of looking to see what else. One thing I left out, I'll probably end up putting out some sunflowers, because I like to put the sunflowers around the deck so it kind of gives me like a privacy wall. And I got the tomatoes out. I've got two different, I'm trying out Cherokee purples for the tomatoes, little heirloom style, and then I've got the Sweet 100 peppers out, or peppers, the Sweet 100 cherry tomatoes, which last year my cherry tomatoes got almost 7 feet tall, so I only put out one, and it had more tomatoes than I knew what to do with. And I got the hot peppers out, I got green peppers out, and all that kind of stuff. One thing, I know there is a couple guys watching that are in, and if I remember this before the end of the stream, I did make a mistake the other night on Thursday's show when I said that I showed the new skillet from Lodge this year from the Cornbread Festival. That's actually not the 25th anniversary. That's just the 25s on it from the year. The 25th anniversary skillet is the 2022 skillet, which I can show you guys here in a minute once I set this off to the side and I replace this with the actual waffle maker. So let's do that. Let that sit off to the side. Let me pour some coffee. And like that. Let me pour myself a cup of coffee. Let's see. Yeah, Fuzz, if you're, I would highly suggest instead of Wheaties, definitely have some chicken and waffles. And I've got some of that hot honey left, so I'm gonna do that as well. So we'll let that set off to the side. I've got start adding a little bit more heat to the chicken fryer that I got over here. And once again, I'm just using a Red Mountain number 8 chicken fryer. This one's an early one. It's all hand scribed with just the mold letter and the size on it. So, I mean, it's an oldie. It's an oldie but a goodie. So we've got that. And let me see here. Glove up, because I'm gonna get my chicken. I need to get an egg wash going, is what I need to do. So we'll get this over there. And for the egg wash, I'm just going to use 1 egg. I'm just going to use the whites. I'm not going to use the yolk for this. and it will work just fine. And I'm setting this off to the side for the beagle, who was, and everybody's always like, where's the beagle? And as soon as I get this egg in there, I will show you what the beagle does. This is what the beagle does all day. She watches squirrels and the birds until she passes out. Let me just rinse my hands right quick, and I'll swing over. And she's usually guarding my shoes. There you go. You can see a little bit of that. This is what she does. That's what this dog does all day long. She sits over there. She has her puzzle, and she guards my shoes, and she just watches. It's like her own little nature channel. Okay, so we've got our egg in there. We'll throw a little bit, splash of milk, and then we got some water, and then that's all we're gonna need. A little splash, and I need a little splash of something in my coffee. I like black coffee, but it's not a necessity. Especially when when you get a flavored coffee like what I'm rocking this morning. I think this is toasted coconut coffee. I think that's what I got going on in there. And with a little bit of cream in there, it's always a little bit better. So there's this. And this is mostly water. A lot of people I don't know if a lot of people use water. Do you guys use water to do your breading? And I know a lot of people use the whole egg, not just the egg white. But this is the way I learned to do it at Kentucky Fried Chicken when I was a younger fella. That mixed up. And I've got the Kentucky kernel flour. That's what we're going to dredge it in, and some just regular all-purpose flour. I'll get that chicken up here and trim it in just a second. Let's see. That off to the side. I don't need any more of these cups. Don't need more measuring cups. Let's see. I do one big cappuccino in the AM, and that's it. Yeah, I do a couple small batches of coffee generally. If I'm trying to keep the calories down. A lot of times I like it. I don't know. I usually don't eat a whole lot or anything until afternoon, and I've been trying to limit it to like one meal a day. So this is going to be my big meal, and then like tonight I'll have probably a salad and a margarita. And it was pretty nice yesterday. I stopped at a drive-through to get ice on my way home for the margaritas, and I said, how much is your bag of ice? And they were like, look, our ice machine just broke, their ice cooler. And I looked over, and it was this leak in water out the bottom. And he said, if you jump out, when you go past here, or you go past for payment, and if you can grab a bag out of there, and it's any of them are any good, you can just tap it. So it was like the margarita gods were like right there with me. They were like, yeah, get some of that, dude. And that's what I did. I got a huge bag of ice, and I would have paid for the ice because it was that good. And I took a big bag of ice home last night, and so that was how. So I got really lucky with ice yesterday. And they were like, do you want anything else? I said, no, I just came through for ice. And they were like, all right, have a good day. So it was a good day. Free ice. Because I'd made ice before I went to the store, and I knew it wouldn't be ready by the time I got home. So anyway, so that's off. Let's set this off to the side. We're going to break out our chicken and get it ready to go. And oh, one more thing. I'm going to, let's see, my machine makes enough for two, and I drink it. And then I drink it all. There you go, man. That sounds great. Greg Hart, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good morning. So we got, let's see, I'll do about a half a cup of this, half cup of the Kentucky Colonel. Let me get my half cup out here. I don't have everything laid out like I normally do for the regular live streams, because this is just, honest to gosh, I'm just making breakfast. That's all I'm doing. I'm just making some breakfast this morning, like I would if I was normally here by myself. And normally I don't make a big breakfast like this, but man, I've been wanting chicken and waffles since I did that show the other night. Since we did our Thursday night stream where we made KFC. I have been just fiending for chicken and waffles. So anyway, so there's a half a cup of this. And I'm not even cutting the chicken up. I'm just gonna do a fry with everything. I'm gonna trim off some of the fat off the chicken, but other than that, I'm not really gonna mess with it all that much. Let's see here. The other half of the flour. Man, I love doing these things in jars like that because it makes everything. I will order some. Good short on the cast iron cure. I will order some. Man, that'd be great, man. If you order today, I'm actually taking orders up today. I can get it out today. So that would be awesome. I can always add more to the list. And we'll just shake that up. There we go. That should be enough to do a couple pieces of chicken. And if I have some cold chicken, if I have some cold fried chicken, I don't mind cold fried chicken. I actually really enjoy cold fried chicken. I don't know about, like I said, I don't know about a lot of people, but I do not mind a little bit of cold fried chicken in my life. There we go. Yeah, and that batter's starting to thicken up real nice too. Okay, so there we go with that. Let me break out the cutting boards. And I think I'm done with measuring cups. And I'm done with the big thing of baking soda that I didn't need. And I will keep it out of there because I will use it to brush my teeth. I'll be brushing my teeth with it when we're all finished. So, let me see. Got that part. Oh yeah, cutting board. Cutting board in the thing. Cutting board in the cover. Cutting board. And the cover. Dropped a cap on the floor. That'll be, the Biggs will definitely be, she's a cap grabber. If I don't keep stuff off the floor, man, it ends up chewed up. But yeah, like I said, this week, and then about our live stream this Thursday, the Thursday night 8 o'clock one. Yeah, gourmet, or not gourmet, I should say, but my way of doing pizza burgers, and everybody that has them seems to really enjoy it. So I thought, why not? Why not do pizza burgers? Let me see. Beak scam, please. Yeah, Rick, I can definitely do beak scam. I showed her just a minute ago. You're probably not doing something else, but she is all over it today. All right, Greg, thanks, buddy. Yeah, the Beaks is all over. This is what she does. She watches the squirrels. I put the bird feeders out there, and so she's either watching. She goes out and watches the squirrels, her mortal enemy, and then she eventually, while she's guarding my shoes, she just passes out there in that spot. And I don't know how she does it. A lot of times she sleeps with her head on that track. I honestly do not know how that dog does it, and not just hurt her neck so bad, because it's one of those things. I mean, it's like, how do you sit like that comfortably, you know? But she'll fall asleep with her head right on that track, and I've got to wipe that track out again. We did this I just cleaned that track out, and then we had a rainstorm, and it brought in all kinds of mud. I don't know what the deal was with the rain the other day, but it was, you know what I mean by a dirty rain? Like the rain was just dirty. Like it had like everything, I don't know, it just seemed to have like all this kind of like just junk in it. So all the track got dirty again. Like I shouldn't even have bothered doing it. Throw that over there. Throw these pieces, the beagle can have that. I'll throw that little egg yolk. She'll get a little snack. She'll get some egg yolk and some chicken for breakfast. Because she's not too down with the kibble she got this morning. So let's see. Yeah, she's not too impressed with that kibble. So let's turn this up. I'll get this up to temperature and all that. Fry this chicken up. Get that chicken going in it. I just threw that chicken in the pan, and I'll throw that egg yolk on top of it. And then we're just going to trim this. I'm going to trim that real quick. I don't want all that fat on there. Or do you? I don't know. Let's check it out. Let me check it out. I might just say hell with it and throw it on there just like that. If it's not real fatty, I'll do that way. But let's see. Hi, Angela. Angela came back. I think I've seen her in here a couple times before when I do when I've done these streams at odd times. Yeah, peel that off. I'll cut that off of there. Cut that piece off. That big hunk of fat, I don't need that for anything. So I'm not too worried about the other stuff. Well, there's another big hunk. And the dog likes that stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna do these just the way they are. I don't think I'm gonna trim them down too much. I'm not gonna make strips. I'm just gonna do deep fried chicken the way it is. Just gonna do these all that way. Cut this end piece off though. There we go. We all see okay? I haven't looked at the, let's see, hope it goes well for your mom. Yeah, we all do. Yeah, I really do hope it goes good for your mom. That's especially day after Mother's Day, your mom has to go in for surgery. That kind of sucks. So we're just going to throw these over here into the egg wash and move the cutting board out the way. And we'll just let those marinate in there for a minute. And I'll throw this thing into the dishwasher. Get rid of that glove. I'm just going to throw that right into the dishwasher. There we go. Easy peasy. Get that out of there. There's a fly on the floor. It has been, and it's been really buggy this last couple days. With all the new temperature, the gnats have been, I don't know if those are gnats or whatever they are that fly around in a circle in the middle of your yard, but those things have been horrifying the last couple days. So we got this, and what I am going to do as well right now, while that's heating up, while the oil's heating up, I'm going to get the waffle iron over here, and we're going to get that started. Get that started going. There we go. You all see that pretty good. And I just used a little temporary burner that I got. I want to center that up a little better. There we go. think, like that. See how that looks. See how the flame looks on it with that. There we go. I don't need the flame up that high, of course, but there we go. And I love this little thing for when you want to, there we go. There, that's centered up now. I'll live with that. And I have to be really careful because I got to repair that handle. So, but yeah, and they've been making the tapered logo, like I said earlier, from about 1912 to 26 till the company stopped, and all that. So they did that one. That was one of the shorter runs. Cool setup. Yeah, this is fun. This is for camping. That's my camping one, or like outside. If we normally I deep fry outside. So you take this outside and deep fry outside on the patio tables. And that's how I normally do things. But of course, not today. But let's take the let's get the temperature on the oil checked out. I thought I had my thermometer, because I just washed it. Yeah, there we go. I just wiped it off. So let's check where we're at with that. The old paper towel. Yeah, no problem, Rick. Let's see. We are at, it's getting up there pretty good. But I want to have it up for a while so that, let's see, 340. Sitting kind of good at 340. Yeah, so give it another couple minutes. And we're letting out the waffle iron heat up too, so it is what it is. There you go. See, this is what I'm talking about with the dog. She's over at, as soon as I move the camera over, she wants to play shy. And watch out. Watch out, Beagle. Watch out, Beagle. So, anyway, get these heating up. Get that going. But yeah, so we're 340 with that. We're going to give this a few minutes to heat up. I need to get one. I looked for one of those instant thermometers that you like point at everything. And at Lowe's and Menards, they were out of them. So everybody, it's grilling season, so I'd imagine that that's probably why they were nowhere to be found. It was because of that. Don't worry, you're going to get something. Don't worry, you'll get something. Quit looking at me. Let's see. Oh, no comments. So, well, let's see. Thanks, William. Open. But yeah, so if anybody, like I said, if you haven't already, and you're just passing through, because everybody that's been in the comment section so far, I'm pretty positive is already subscribed. But if you haven't so far, please hit subscribe. Please hit like if you like what you see. Trying to get it a little even on these deals. I got one handle. Which one? That one. That's my handle that's messed up. I've got to get that fit. And those are kind of weird because they have that pressure fitting clamp on there. That's what holds them on. And I've sent pictures to a couple people and they're like, well, just epoxy it. And I'm like, why would you epoxy something to a cast iron? That doesn't even make sense to epoxy something there like that. That makes absolutely zero sense to do something like that. And imagine how that would stink. And if you ever broke one again, imagine trying to get that off of there. You'd never get it off. It would basically ruin your waffle maker if you did it that way. I think I'm gonna turn this overhead light on. Yeah, duct tape. There's always duct tape. Duct tape works great for everything. That light, see if that does anything. Duct tape and some super glue, because that's really the big problem. The pressure fitting right there on the bottom, it's got that crack on the inside, and take that down just a little bit. There we go. It's heated up. So cool I just love using, like, to think that this is a minimum of 100 years old. It could be 112 years old. And then to have a, 7 on top of that, that's super rad, if you ask me. I don't live 7. Yeah, but Fuzz, have you ever seen the Red Green Show? And that's Canadian. And that guy, when he makes everything out of duct tape. Cars, shoes. Yeah, he made a boat, the duct tape boat. Yeah, I love red green. So let me see here. That's getting heated up. Oh yeah, that's probably too hot. That's, like I said, that's why I really want one of those things, one of those instant thermometers, the lasers that you point. I think that'd be. But see, the last time I did this, because I'm not. For the guys that have been here before that know, I had never had a waffle until I got a waffle maker. So this whole waffle thing is super, super new to me. Super new. Like, I have no idea about waffles at all. Let's see. Let's see how this is going. This should be to temperature. And if it's not, it's pretty damn close. Yeah, we're actually too high. Which, I don't know if I've ever said I was too high before, but if that's even possible. But that's what's going on there. So we'll just let it'll cool off once I put everything in there too. So we'll get those going. We're gonna get that chicken in there. Throw some gloves on right quick. Make sure to egg wash the duct tape first. That is sound advice. You know, Greg, I really, what are you doing? I am making chicken and waffles, Alex. What are you doing? But yeah, I definitely want to egg wash the duct tape first. You should be a life coach. Greg, have you ever thought about life coaching? Is Mercy B in here? Last year, and it's already gone bad? Really? I hope that doesn't happen to me, but I really want one, like super bad. I really need one of those laser thermometers, because for stuff like this waffle iron, I think that'd be really cool to have. Because I think you got to heat them up to like 350. Like I said, I'm no expert when it comes to waffles. I'm figuring this out. Now chicken, since I eat chicken for just about every meal, I'd say I know a little bit about chicken. But other than that, things are lost on me. So let me see, batter this chicken up. Let's see. I thought I'd have more, the thing that I'm kind of disappointed about is I thought if I did this during the day, that I would have a lot more trolls. And I never seem to get the trolls I want. I never seem to. I never get lucky enough. I guess you really got to do something right to get some trolls. Because I watch other stuff. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube. That's primarily what I watch for entertainment. And I see people troll all the time, and I just never get that lucky. Greg, you should do a newsletter. Yeah, an e-newsletter. Exactly. You're missing it, man. I don't know what you do for a living, but I think life coach and an e-newsletter is right where you should be. There we go. That's a little. There we go. And we don't need the extra crispy those. We don't need the extra crispy nothing. Might be actually a little bit too much grease. Oh well. Too much is not enough. Got over there. Got boil. Got away from the edge. Plus I got some deep fried, I got some mushrooms Some fried mushrooms that need deep frying too. I'm going to save the oil for that and go that route. So let's go ahead and get some waffles going too. Get some waffles going up in this thing. And we'll keep that from the edge. I don't want that grease flying over the edge there like that. You need to have a little hole where it's wanting to flop around. I'll save that stuff for Catherine and Chaos. He handled it so well. Let's see, yeah. Those are going pretty nice. I might have to flip that one. That's pretty thick. But let's get some of this. Let's get these waffles going. I think we're ready for waffles. What do you guys think? I am starving. Ready for something to eat. So I had, like yesterday, I had margaritas and a sandwich. That was my big nutritional intake for Sunday. A little oil on there. Put that in there. I had a ham sandwich. And I think, oh yeah, I had a little bit of lettuce from the garden on there, and margaritas. And how many of those margaritas I actually had, I have no idea. But I had more than one. I do know that. More than one margarita, for sure. There we go. Okay. Put that there. And let's pour out some batter. I'm going to get this batter into a pitcher, measuring cup. And we'll get this thing started. See how the temperature is on that. I think they say let them steam. So I'm gonna let them steam. Pretty Morello, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. How you doing? Yeah, I think that waffle iron's too hot. Turn these over. Chicken's looking pretty good though. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Alright. Let's see, let's give our friend someday I'll pick up a waffle maker. Yeah, I highly recommend having one. It's pretty fun. I've only used it a couple times. I mean, since you guys saw me do when I first got it back, I think in February. And I made some waffles that day for me and Ming. And other than that, though, that's been about it. Got away about 100 degrees. Still steaming though. The waffle maker is. Frankfort, Montana. Yeah, 100%. I think that's too hot. I just think it's too hot. Yeah, that's too hot. Get that off of there. That's not going too hot. Not doing too good. I mean, they come out. That's just. Yeah, I think I had it too far heated up. That's why I said I need one of those things. It was, and it's not. I'm not even going to worry about. I know it's not done. I know it's not completely done on the other side. That's why it's sticking. But I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'm not even gonna wait around. Into the sink it goes. I'm gonna end up with a fork to get that out of there. And it's not sticking too bad, you know, for what it is. All right, we'll try again. I mean, that's all we can do is just keep trying, right? Turn that heat down. Just keep trying. One of these days I'll make a good waffle. That or I'm going to make a grease fire, one or the other. Which probably is going to be the latter. I end with the grease fire. Okay, try and put a little more oil on that. There we go. And there's a lot of oil in that batter. Let's see. Let's try again. And we'll try enough batter too. Hopefully I didn't put too much in there. There we go. There we go. I'm with Fuzz. First goes the Beaks. Beaks doesn't want that one. The Beaks doesn't want that one. Let's see. Now I'm gonna be hungry. Hey Val. Morning. I usually let's see. Joey Whisper's on for company at work. Let's see. Hey, there's a hubby. I smell the chicken. I know the chicken does smell. The chicken smells really good. The chicken is smelling really, really good this morning. And I think this is really going to hit this. I've really been wanting chicken and waffles. Especially when I was putting the honey on that chicken the other night, on Thursday night, I was like, man, just pour that hot honey right over top of the waffles and the chicken at the same time. And I've got quite a bit of that hot honey left too. So I'm pretty stoked about all that. Flip this over again. Give it a little bit of something I got the beef and chicken going here on the side, chicken scratch. I've been trying to make sure she gets a lot of oily food on account of it's that time of year where the dogs are shedding. So if I can minimize the shedding, plus I'm going to brush her this afternoon too. Be brushing my dog. Let's see where we're at with the internal on that. Last time we were about 100 degrees. And I'm not gonna, with the big piece of chicken, I'm not gonna go much over that. Boy, it's not getting hot. It's 90, just under 100 still. Oh well. I'm still not budging on it because I want the big chicken piece. This one's going a little better. Right about 115. We got but you know, when you fry chicken, once it gets to a certain spot, it really starts to take off and then it's there. So as long as it's getting to a certain point. I just got that one spot where there's like that little piece of meat underneath there is letting it kind of bubble out right there. That kind of makes me nervous that it doesn't go over the side. Let's see. That smells better. That one, this waffle smells like what I'm after. So let's hope that we're down for a better waffle this time. But I kind of peeked a little bit and it's looking a lot more goldenish brown than the last one. Could have been a little short, but man, I could smell it. As soon as I could smell it, I knew it was done. It looks a little darker on the screen, but it's not that. It's not as, that makes it look kind of burnt, but it's really not. Let's see how that's looking on the other side. No, it needs another minute. Needs a few minutes. But I will take that one. That one I think the Beagle can have. She can have that one. Let's see, let's check the comment section here. Maybe I'll get full. Mercy. I hope so. Wouldn't that be great if you could just watch somebody else eat and get full? I'd probably be about 40 pounds lighter if that were the case. If that's the way it worked, that would be great. But I hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. I was gonna do a good post for Mother's Day, and then I got busy with drinking margaritas, and it kind of escaped me to do a Mother's Day post till the afternoon. Sometimes drinking margaritas can be like an all-day job. I think at one point I think I really was on overtime. I think I was really putting in overtime, but you know, sometimes you gotta strive to succeed. Keep flipping. Keep on flipping. Alright, yeah, I'm thinking that waffle's got to be just about ready to go. That's got to be ready to go. Doesn't it? What do we think? Oh yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'll take that. Okay, pour another one. Need a little more oil on there though. I wish I had some ham. Ham seems like that would be like that would be the way to really go as far as like do something for waffles. Like heating this thing up. I think ham would be the cat's ass when it came to doing that. A lot easier. Normally I do have some ham around for the grill. I like to spray the grill down. Use a little bacon grease and then spray the grill down with some ham. And I got cast iron grill grates too, so you can't have too much oil on those grates. Let's see. So there we go. Put that back on there. Multi-purpose in this thing. Yeah, and I think I definitely needed, that very, very first one, I don't think I put enough batter in it to really get my point across. So we'll try and fatten this one up a little bit. There we go. There we are. Remember to show us the 25th anniversary cornbread can. Yeah, I'll do, you know what, as a matter of fact, I will do that right now. Okay, so, for my correction from last week's show, okay, so this is this year's Cornbread Festival skillet. I don't want to get my hand too close to that, and that's when we made cornbread in. Now, I said 25th anniversary, which that's not what that is. That's this year 2025. So that's what that is. Now, the other one, so for everybody, I hope you can see that okay. Yeah, this is just for 2025. It has nothing to do with the 25th anniversary. I think that would make it the 27th, 28th year of the Cornbread Festival. But this one, let me get that out. Let me get my other one out and I'll show you. And I thought when I first said that I was like, I thought when I went was the 25th anniversary, and it was in 2022. That's the last time I went. Now this is the 2022 skillet. That's where I got confused. And this is the 25th anniversary for the Cornbread Festival, that 2022 skillet. So that's where I messed up, and I was just wanting to correct that for anybody who, saw the show on Thursday. I'll probably I want to do a post about it, but if I get around to it, I will. But anyway, that's the 2022. 25th anniversary of the Cornbread Festival skillet. So there we go. And somewhere around here I've got the 2024 skillet, but I think that's kind of buried. That one's sort of buried. That one's kind of buried in there somewhere. Let's see. I have to go feed the chickens. Well, you better get your chickens fed then. You're going hungry chicken. Definitely don't want hungry chicken. I wish I had chickens. I'm not allowed to have chickens where I live. I live right on the very edge of the city, or my town limits. So if I lived 10 feet past where I live now, I could have chickens, but I can't have them inside the city limits. They have, it's an ordinance, as they call it. They have a city ordinance about that. Tastes of waffle. No, that's good. Biggs, you want a waffle? Waffle. Waffle for the Biggs. I milked my chickens early. Oh man. We used to have, I think we had chickens for really short. I grew up on a farm. I think we had chickens when I was really little. But my parents weren't big on, like, we had a grain farm, corn, soybeans, wheat. But we had sheep for a little while that I remember, but they weren't ours. Like, they were on the property, and then somebody sort of rented that pasture space from them for their sheep. They raised like show sheep or something. And that didn't last very long. As I got older, they got rid of those. So I got one piece of chicken that's done and one piece of chicken that isn't. And this one here is real done. Yeah, that one's done. So I'll get that off of there. Ooh, that one's come apart on me. Those are centered. There we go. We'll get those waffle things figured. We'll get these waffles figured out one day. I'm gonna pull this chicken off. Let me know if Alice is still brooding. You guys must have like inside other media jokes that I don't get. I need to get some of that social media in my life so I can follow you guys like outside of just the show, just the stream. See what you guys are all talking about. I had Facebook for a while, and I was even on Cast Iron Chaos's thing on there, and then they actually kicked me off of it. they kicked me off of that channel, that page. Yeah, that was fun. That was kind of funny. I mean, it's funny now. It wasn't funny then. I was mad. But anyway, so okay, that one's good. That one looks a lot better. I wouldn't have folded it up. But if you can see that one, yeah, that looks pretty good. I'll take that. Let me put some butter on there. Some of them I butter heated up. Waffle, yeah, it is done. It is way done. Some of that Kerrygold out here. Throw some of that on there. I think I'm gonna let the beagle have that other one. Make one more for myself. Because I'm gonna pull. I think that chicken's gonna be ready to. Chicken's gonna be ready to go here in a minute. So I'll let that beagle have that. And I'll pour one more on here. I'm gonna do one more waffle, and that's going to be about the extent of my waffles. I only want two. All that mess for 2 waffles. No wonder people use Eggo waffles so much. A lot of mess for 2 waffles. But they're still going to be good. There we go. Doing things left-handed ain't always easy. Okay. There's that. But yeah, I think on that first one I didn't fill it up enough. I didn't fill the waffle maker up far enough. Because I see sometimes people do them and they just flop right over. And then all your batter goes everywhere. So I'm trying to, kind of like that. I was trying to keep it sort of clean. As much as I can. There we go. That one's done. Chicken's done there. There we go. We'll do one more waffle. We'll call it a... We'll do this last waffle, we'll call it a day. But yeah, like I said, for anybody who showed up a little bit later, we'll be doing pizza burgers on, homemade pizza burgers on Thursday. So if you see anybody else doing pizza burgers between now and then, they're just copying it from my show, which I don't blame them. Let's see, I've sent pictures to your defunct FB account. Oh, I missed it. Where does it say? I sent, now hanging out there in the cast iron matrix. My account? I don't think I have an account. Not that I know of. One of the reasons that I got off of got off Facebook is that I kept having people use my, like, steal my identity on there. Like, I'd find like different ones that had like my real name on them, and then some that said Honey J Badger's name, and then yeah, well, that's why I put the initial in the middle, because there are a lot of honey badgers out there. And I've been using that moniker for that was actually half my life, was honey badger. They've been calling me honey badger since I was, I don't know, for a long time. For a long time. Long time. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see, I did fried mashed potatoes last night in my number 10 small oven Griswold. That sounds good. So the chicken's done. I think the chicken looks pretty good. Chicken came out nice and chickeny. So I'm pretty happy with that. Trying to figure out where I'm going to plate this stuff up at. Because I've got all my spot. I got my spot in here. Actually, I'll grab a little thing. Because I'm probably going to eat on... When I go to eat, I'm actually going to go out to the patio and have my lunch out there, my breakfast out there. I've got a little tray here. I'll set the plate up there. But I have all my waffle. You got one. You already got waffle. I'll give you a little piece of this other one. And then you gotta... That's it on your waffle. Don't be taking it into the living room either. Silly mutt. Turn her chicken off. Everybody's... Let's see here. What are we looking? That's looking pretty good. The thing of it is, though, is they're not getting crispy. And I did this with the malted milk ones. They say that's how they get crispy. I think they're lying, is what I think. I think anybody that, I don't know. Almost made pasta salad of veggies and use a chunk for the binder. Yeah, that's you know, that's normally how I do my pasta salad when I make it. That one that I did the other day, that was Grace Ming's recipe. The Beaks needs to page herself. Yeah, she'll be she'll run it off this afternoon. We usually go for a walk about 6 or 7. She'll walk a couple miles, and usually it's basically her just pulling. It's just her pulling me the entire time. Yeah, so she gets a really big workout from that when she goes for a walk. 2 miles doesn't seem like that for a dog, but when she's pulling the entire time, and she's trying to pull a 200-pound man behind her, that's a workout for a little 20-pound dog. Any day. Any old day. Let's see how these look. Well, that's looking pretty good. You guys see that? That looks all right. I'm gonna give that on the one side just another minute, and I'm gonna pull that off of there. Yeah, I want to go eat at Val's too. I think eating at Val's place would be fantastic. And Val isn't really. I don't think is that far. I think you're in New York, aren't you, Val? Somewhere up in the top part of the great state of New York. Everybody eats. I grew up almost to Canada, and I've had grits. Grits were kind of big where I grew up. I grew up in a really rural community, and a lot of people ate grits. I myself am not a fan of grits, to be super honest. I have never been a big fan of grits. I don't like hominy either. Hominy's okay. It's all right, but I'm not a big hominy person either. Okay. Oh yeah, that chicken's on point. I'm ready for all this. Halfway between the Falls and Buffalo. Oh yeah, so you're way up there. I know that I drove, my dad, actually, when my dad was still with us, he had an accident. Somebody hit him when they were up at Niagara Falls, and I had to drive up there and then my dad went to the hospital after, because he was sick, not because he got hurt, but he was in the hospital a couple weeks after the accident, and I had to go with a friend and drive to Niagara Falls. And then we drove back, and that took us 16 hours to drive there, get my dad's car, and then drive back. So yeah. Try what with ketchup on them? Hopefully not much. French fries. I like French fries, and I like ketchup with my burgers. But other than that, I'm not big on the ketchup sauce too much. Let's see. You live where the raging Niagara River meets the Erie Canal, North Shore. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know exactly where that is, but I mean, I have a good idea of where you're talking. Let's see. Let's flip this over. Oop. It's so hard to do with the camera in my way. That came out real nice. I'll take that. I will take that one. So we'll call this done over here, and I will set that right there. I'm gonna throw some butter on it. Some butter on that thing. I'm gonna put my chicken on there, and we'll do the deal. Let's see, wipe my hands. I need that butter. I need that Kerrygold on there. So yeah, I think I'm getting a little better with the waffle iron, but I just don't make waffles. I mean, that's like the second time I've ever made waffles that I know of in this life. Okay, so I'll bring you guys around. I'm just going to do this. I just put it on one of these trays. My table's definitely got stuff on it because of the stream. Everything that was in front of me is now on my table. So, and I'm going to go out and eat on the patio anyhow. But so there's that buttered up. I've got my honey. I've got the hot honey there on it. There we go. That's going to be really good. All right. And there we go. Wash my hands. Let's see. I like salt and pepper cheesy grits. Ketchup on grits, yum. Yeah, I guess. I mean, that's, like I said, I've always just had butter on it. Where's the Caro? Oh, it's at the grocery store where it belongs. That's where the Caro syrup is. Right at the grocery store where it belongs, not in my house. Take a photo. Oh, I will. We'll get a photo of it. Definitely get a photo. But yeah, we're just like I said. So I'm gonna take this out there. Let me give it a. I'm gonna take this and give it a real quick taste test. Get a fork and a knife and get some of this while it's hot. Some of this waffle with this hot honey on it. That's the part that I did that hot honey for the first time the other night, and I am down. I'm all about this hot honey. There we go. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. That hot honey makes it. Cut a little piece of this chicken off so we can see that. The chicken came out perfect. Still steaming. Nice and juicy. The crust stays on. I really like that, doing that crust or the dredge that way. It seems to really stay on really nice. Dog's all looking at me. Look, you can't have any. It's got hot sauce on it. Dogs hate hot sauce. Oh yeah, real good. That chicken's on point. Yeah, my neighbor, I think what turned me off of Caro syrup is I used to live next to this one kid. This kid lived down the road from me, and when I'd stay all night with him, and then the next morning his mom would make breakfast, right? And she was from Kentucky. She made the best breakfast going. And that kid, instead of eating like biscuits and gravy or scrambled eggs or stuff like this kid would take Caro syrup and he'd mix it with peanut butter, and he would just sit and dip bread in it, or eat it and just eat it by the teaspoonful, the spoonful. And it turned me off so bad on Caro syrup. I've never been interested in it ever since. It was so gross. Never seen anybody eat like that before. I don't know whatever happened to that guy, but I'm sure it isn't good. Or he might have quit eating Caro syrup all the time too, because that was not. The waffles, they're not as crisp as I'd like them to be. They're not like a toaster waffle crispy, but they have a nice texture to them. They're not really chewy, but they're not crispy either. They're just sort of, I mean, they've got a little crunch, but it's not like crisp, like cracker crust crisp like I was wanting. But since this is only about the third or fourth waffle I've ever had in my life, this might be what people want. I don't know. But that hot honey definitely hits hard, or hits, it hits. If you don't like spicy stuff, it's definitely not for you. But I'm all about it, and it's really, really good. You can re-crisp the waffles in the number 8. You mean after they've been cooked and you after they've been cooked and or you just throw them right in there from the waffle maker? What are you talking? How are you doing it? He's about to collapse from hunger. That beagle's fine. That beagle's fine. She's got chicken too. She's got chicken over here that's not hot. I'm sorry, Mr. Bull. There you go. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Let's see. Fatter they've been cooked. Okay. Feed him chicken. The beagle's got chicken. The chicken part's right over there in that, right there. That's all the beagles right there. So she's definitely not gonna be missing out on any kind of chicken. She's just wondering why I'm not paying attention to her. And she's probably wondering why I'm talking into this light. She's like, why are you talking to that lamp and not feeding me? Try this chicken, a little more of this. No, she's not, definitely not. This dog is one of the least starved dogs there is. Plus, she's got a chicken. She's got a egg yolk that I'm going to make her here in a minute. But anyway, I'm going to jump off here and eat my breakfast, finish my coffee, and clean up. And then I got some stuff to do. And thanks for, we've had since I've been on, we've had 2 orders for cast iron cures. So thanks for that. I'll have those out today. Rick, yours was sent Saturday. I sent Rick, if you're still, I know you couldn't still watch, and Rick, your prize you won Thursday, I sent Saturday out, so that's on its way. And if anybody's watching who was also ordered, that's going out today too. So I got a lot of orders for cast iron cure going out this afternoon, and they will be out by 4 o'clock today. So you should see those in your mail real quick. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for stopping by. Remember, Thursday night is pizza burgers, 8 o'clock, and maybe I'll pop up and do another quick stream, and in the meantime. But if not, if I don't see you till Thursday, I will see you in the comment sections. All right. See you guys. Boom.